Hello everyone and welcome to the Infrunners. I'm Execute. Today I'm joined by Algared and Seer. How are you guys doing? It's very
Very
late.
tired. Very tired.
Very late in Australia here for
Very
us.
early. Very
1:30
early.
a.m. in the morning for me and Algared. So yeah, another day of the sale. This day is ARGO MISC and Crusader. So some interesting ships. No mole today. So the fourth day of the sale, and really besides the Pisces, which I don't really count because it was shown at CitizenCon, there's been no new ships. Standout ships for you guys, Algared. Tell me what's. I'm gonna go into the game here, and you guys tell me what ships you. Oh, give me a second. There we go. Right, so.
I haven't seen the hall yet, so I don't know what.
Cool. Well, we'll just start here and work our way along. So we've got the two Argos by the look of it. First up off the rank will be the MPUV.
I mean, in reality, I like the way they look, but they're not really for the new player. If you're a new player, don't get it. Do you get it with an Idris? You get one or both?
You with an Idris, you get the cargo version.
Yeah.
With the Javelin, you get the passenger version, and that's really because the passenger version is literally taking the life pod from a Javelin.
So this is the transport one. Sorry, that's the cargo one. My bad. That's the cargo one. This is the transport one. Obviously, you can tell because you can kind of get inside this one. Hey, there's a guy in here. He looks.
It's funny.
It looks like It looks like a toilet.
No, that's the cargo one.
Yeah, that's
the
cargo one.
So the special the reason why I like the other one is because this is designed to recover life pods. Because that's hilarious.
All right, so you can't even get in this one.
Yeah.
Stay classy, CIG. Right. So I honestly I actually had those backwards, but yeah, you can't even get in this one. I just assumed it was that one because that looks like the one from the video with the prisoners, doesn't it? You know how they step out of the disc?
That's what it is. Yeah, but in Squadron 4, that's why you get that one with the Idris.
Interesting.
Because it is the cargo version they use to resupply the Idris and also bring you into the ship and bring the passengers.
I think we can assume the mole probably would have been right here somewhere if it was here today. But anyway, moving on to the Misc Razors, all three variants. So you've got the default, the stealth, and what's this one called again?
The drag racer.
The drag. Is that what this one? LX. Is that what this one is?
The dragster.
Yeah.
The only person I know of the Infrunners that has or had one of these was Dyson.
I had one.
You had one as well?
Well, I've got them, but then I'm insane, so...
Yeah. I kind of put these things in the same category as I do Origin. I'm just not a racing person, but the only functional thing I've seen in game for racing is the wormholes, and we'll just have to kind of wait and see if that kind of carries through. This one here actually can make a good scout craft because of the stealth abilities, but it's so niche, it's not funny. So yeah. You want to say something?
Careful enough, you can ram it into... If you're careful enough, you can place that in the catwalk of Starfarer Gemini.
Interesting.
It's pretty hilarious.
All right, let's see what we got off to the left and to the right. We got
all the rest is Miss.
Yeah, looks
Miss has
all Miss.
The big.
There's no
biggest lineup.
Yeah, there's no Crusaders at all, which is kind of interesting.
Nope.
All right, we'll start on this side with the classic Freelancer, which is interesting. I think it's the first time I've seen all four in the same place. It's kind of cool.
Yep, and it looks like they've doubled up on the other side, doesn't it?
Now, a real quick question for you guys: default Freelancer even worth getting anymore?
Yes, absolutely, 100%.
Right? Tell us why.
Because for starting, it is controversially well, with the exception of the Cutlass, it's still a gray all-rounder for a medium-sized ship. 66 STU, you have two gimbaled size 3 turrets, and with auto gimbals for the new player, that's pretty dang good. You still have underwing missiles.
But would you take that when you can have one of these three? Because I think these are a little bit more filled out. Like, for example, even just the Max carries more cargo than that.
I'm saying for starting purposes, the Freelancer base is good.
I agree with you. The starting version of the Freelancer is a really good buy.
I think what people don't really get is that if you decide, let's say you buy that or you get it and you want a CCU, it's you have a similar look and feel compared to the other freelancers. So it's just like, boom, you just CCU to another one. Rather than the Cutlass, you only have 2 other variants.
Okay.
All 4 of these are in game, so you can figure out which one you like and
then
fine
CC,
tune
yeah.
yourself.
And these are readily available too, because they're all in game now. I think the DIR is probably the most unexplored of the freelancers because its functionality is not in game yet. Where this is just cargo, this is just pretty much combat, and this is like the all rounder. This one, because of the inability to scan yet, just we have not foreseen its potential. That said, it does have further fuel in game, so you can kind of warp further, but that's about it at the moment. So yeah, and it's got it's got boobies
fuel
on
refinery.
the chin. It's a chin boobian. Chin boobian.
And if you take,
sorry,
yeah, shut up.
I just
If
say
you look at the if you look at the base version, and you're looking at operating as a beginner using the base version, most beginner accounts will have 5,000 UEC. 5,000 UEC would not fill the freelancer with cargo, but so it gives you that ability to build up to that. So you're not going to be, you're not going to be running out of. You're not going to be going, oh, I've got too much credits to buy cargo.
Yeah, but you still can do delivery missions.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying it's not as if when you start off with that the base, you're not going, oh, it's too small for what I've got.
Real quickly, Seer, Freelancer Misc, a good thing to try out instead of the Vanguard at the moment because of the bad spot it's in?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is more of a heavy fighter than the Vanguard is right now.
Starfarer and Starfarer Gemini, with the changes that they've made to quantum fuel, I think Gemini is probably going to become the standard now because it looks like you're not going to need your scoop, especially if you're getting quantum fuel, because it'll be fed to you and this will just become like a refinery ship, believe it or not. That's my take on it. What do you guys think?
I'm pretty sure isn't the fuel scoop also is it for hydrogen fuel?
They both come with a fuel scoop. The Gemini just also has the missiles as well.
Missile pod, yes.
But what I'm saying is because now the scoop is only for hydrogen fuel, not quantum fuel, most people will just take the extra missiles and just use this as a refinery ship to take, say, ore from an Orion or something and transfer it into the quantum fuel rather than having a scoop and getting hydrogen fuel. I think the extra missiles might be more helpful than a scoop just for hydrogen. But it's a wait and see game, I think.
I personally always thought the Gemini was better anyway because
the extra
armoured, and you've got the option to take out your missile pod and leave your fuel scoop in. So for me,
bigger engines
the versatility that gives is
more powerful engines.
Well, when we were doing those races around Port Alice, I remember it was about 12 seconds faster on a 5 lap. I think that's what it was, but yeah. Five lap rotation.
And when you look at the weapons on the Gemini versus the standard, it's got bigger guns on the top turret, and the rear turrets have bigger guns. So it's actually better defended. It's got better armor. It's a better ship.
Okay, so we've got the Tanner series here, and the Reliant series here. I only think the Tanner and the Sen are the only 2 good ones. You guys correct me if you think I'm wrong. Like the lack of cargo on the core,
right now.
the YouTuber / content creator Tanner seems like a bit of a waste. The Tanner with just the 1 cargo, but the extra fighting is pretty good. And then you've got the Sen, which again we have yet to see its gameplay in games. So, but realistically, I think if you break this in all down, the only ship here that you should really be looking at buying, again because they're all under $200, the Prospect is not here as well. Oh no, the Prospect is
right
here
in front of you.
Shit, sorry, I didn't see it. It's so tiny, I lost it. Again, it's a $150 starter ship. The only ones I think that are worth buying that are actually in-game are the Starfarers because, they cost a bit more and they'll retain their value. Anything under $200 at the moment just doesn't seem to retain their value, unfortunately. So,
I could see getting the Prospect with a view of CCUing it to the new ship.
Yeah,
I feel like if you are strung for money and you like Misc and you want to spend at least $350, I don't think you can go wrong with getting a Freelancer Max and getting a Prospector. You can mining and then you have a long distance medium tier cargo hauler.
Yeah, unfortunately though, the starters don't scale, and if you're going to spend $350, I'd say get a Bandit Merchantman, and just get a really good cargo ship. It's the best cargo ship in the game.
I'm saying for people that are just starting out. If I'm a new player, if someone says Seer, I'm starting out, I have $350, I wouldn't recommend a Bandit Merchantman right away. Just because I want them to have a little bit of flexibility, not just be set with one thing.
I just generally just don't recommend ships under $200 because they're not going to retain their value when the game releases. So, yeah. All right. So
I think, having said that, I think the Prospect is one of those few that will, just because you can go out mining by yourself, and so you can make money. But in general, most of the ships really suffer.
Okay.
So.
All right, so did you guys yourself pick up any CCUs today, out of curiosity? So, Algared, did you pick anything up?
No, because I'm crazy.
Yeah, okay. So he had everything, right. See, what about yourself? What did you pick up, man, if anything?
I picked up the base Endeavor. I CCU'd my Dare 2 Endeavor. And then I picked up what is it? The Genesis Starliner. So now I have all the Crusader Industry ships.
Yeah. So you that Dur was that a part of the UEE pack that you picked up, the exploration pack?
Yeah. So I bought the Carrack, and then I had a Terrapin. I melted both of those, and then I just got the exploration package because that was the better deal. And then I just used the tools within the package because they all have LTI, and I just CCU'd the ships I wanted.
The other thing I want to point out, I do very briefly want to talk about the mole, but not the mole directly. Now, hear me out on this. We have the mole and the refinery ship that we know that are going to work hand in hand together, and the refinery ship is also going to work with a prospector, right? Now, the thing I want to talk about is the fact that I think they clearly increased the price of the Orion because those ships work together where the Orion can do it all on its own. And I think we might need to do a little bit of speculation in a group when we get the other boys online and actually talk about how effective that one Orion is going to be as opposed to the mole and the refinery ship together. I can obviously see the advantage of the mole and the refinery being that they can go down to planet where the Orion cannot, so there's always going to be a place for them. But I think it's clear to me, you guys correct me if you think I'm wrong, but the price of the Orion increasing is to go in line with, to encourage people to buy both of those ships.
Yeah, I think that's in line with what we've said previously.
It makes sense.
So yeah, I was just wanted some confirmation on that. But anyway, for me, there was not a lot of ships here that I was interested in. I think the Endeavor's a great ship to pick up personally. I think it's still going to grow in size. I think it's going to have more gameplay than a lot of the other ships combined because it just does so much. Again, don't pick up the what's it called? The one with all the master set, and don't pick up any of the add-ons. They are so cheap. They're like fighters, so you treat them as such. They're under $200. Don't buy them. Just buy the ship and use another ship that you have. So don't buy the ship on its own. Clearly, use another ship to earn credits to buy the modules for this in game. That $1,000 modular set is not worth it. You are better to buy ships than buy small little ships. And that's what those modules are. They're small little ships and treat them as such. Any other recommendations that you boys recommend, Algared?
No, I think we covered the ones I'd go for.
And there was something else you wanted to talk about, Seer. I remember you talked about it before the show and I've forgotten what it was. You wanted to talk about your CCUs and there was something else you wanted to talk about too.
Vanguard.
The thing that you were the thing you was something you were annoyed about that you wanted to talk about. Was it the mole? Is that what it was?
No, Xylo already tweeted that it wasn't going to be it wasn't going to be sold, nor was it going to get featured, quote unquote, even though that's what it was. It got featured in the commercial, but it didn't get featured there. But I mean, that was animated.
There's been
like it took hard assets to do it.
There's been a few other things featured in those commercials in the past. Like we're pretty sure they showed off Caterpillar modules and then they never ended up selling them. So it wouldn't be the first time that's happened. The commercials for me are not as good as previous years because they did they're more like an infomercial and they told you information about the ships. Now they just seem to be comic relief. But that said, Jax as in his character looks really, really nice, and I think it's shown us off a little bit more of the character development, maybe unknowingly, but I think it looks quite nice actually.
I think it just picks up the character of that, picks up the characteristics of that character quite nicely.
Yeah.
And I think that's what it's all for.
All right, well, that's been our advice for today. If you guys need any help working out your fleets or CCUs or anything of that nature, you can find us on Discord. As I said, we're generally 24 hours because we come from different parts of the globe. If you like this video, dislike this video if you don't. Don't forget to turn on notifications and ring that little bell or subscribe. Have I missed anything? I always miss something. Nope, that's everything. All right, he's been Algared. He's been Seer. And I've been Execute. And we'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
We're out of here. Take care.
Yeah, see you tomorrow.